Hey, it's James from Being Delivered. Welcome to another Brew at Home video. Today we're going to look at the Chemex. A couple of things that we're going to need today. We'll obviously need some freshly boiled water, some ground coffee, and we'll also need a scale. So what we're going to look at today, so we're going to look at the Chemex. Beautiful piece of glass. It's been around for a long time. It's a really good way of impressing your mates when they come over if you want to brew something that looks really cool and really slick, but it also just brews a brilliant cup. You'll also need your filter. Generally Chemex filters are quite large, but you can get smaller ones that they come in a smaller pack as well. The first thing that we're going to want to do, we're going to want to fold our filter like so. Now, I'm going to pop it in. We're going to pop it into the Chemex, and you want to put the side with the 3 layers towards the spout, so towards the front. The reason for this is that it stops paper sticking to it. And as with everything that we brew, we're going to have a little recipe that we've put together. So for this we're going to go with 25 grams of coffee to about 400 grams of water, and that should give you a really nice cup, or a few cups of coffee that you can have. Right, so first thing we're going to want to do is quickly give it a wash. Just to get rid of that papery taste that can appear with filters, make sure you've washed your filter beforehand. Pop our Chemex onto the scale, we're going to measure it out. So, the method that we're using today, we're going to use 25 grams of coffee to about 400 grams of water. So our coffee is ground, it's quite fine, so we're going to measure it out. We're going to measure out 25 grams. So these scoops are quite handy. You know, a level one is about 8.5. And there we've got 25. We're just going to make sure it's got a nice flat bottom in it. And then we're going to measure out about 3 times the amount of coffee, or amount of water to coffee. So about 75 grams to allow our coffee to bloom. So again, try and make sure you don't touch the paper. Try and keep the pouring into the middle of the coffee. Or sorry, around the edge of the coffee. Give it a quick shake. Make sure all your coffee is getting covered and it's blooming quite well. That's about 30 seconds. So then we want to go up to about 400 grams. So nice and slow, consistent pour around the edges. Again, staying away from the side, staying away from touching the paper. Okay, makes it take a lot longer to brew than others, as it's obviously quite bigger and you're using more water, more coffee, but it's also quite slow with the paper as well. So we're at 400. There we go. And then we leave it. It's going to take a couple of minutes and we'll come back and it'll be ready to go. And we're done. One thing to note is that when you take out your filter out of this, right, just pop it into this jug. Staying out of the way. Check the weight of your scales, see what it's at now. So there was 400 grams of water, if you remember, to that, plus 25 grams of coffee. So it's now at about 315, 320, so you can see kind of how much coffee, or how much water is retained in the coffee. But you should get a really nice cup. It just looks really nice. In the light you can kind of see the coffee, you can see the different colours that come through in it. It's really good cup. As I said, looks really nice, and it always makes a really great brew of coffee. There you go. Hope you liked the video. Make sure to pop a little comment below if you want to see, let us know what other videos you want to see, and with any other brew guides you want to hear from us.